In this example, we're going to talk about how to factor a trinomial. And a trinomial is just simply a problem where it has three different terms here. We have b squared plus 7b plus 12. And what we want to do is we want it to look like this. And so you start here, we have the letter b, and since there's a 1 here in front of the letter b, or I should say the letter b squared, the term b squared, we're just going to do b and b. And we're going to show you guys a trick on how to find the missing parts that go here and here. And you have to go back to the activity we did previously called products and sums. And remember, product, and I'll write this out here, is what two numbers can you multiply by, and sums means whenever you combine through adding or subtracting. And so you can see that I wrote product on the right, that's the 12 number we're going to look at, and the sum or the combination that we're going to try to do is the 7. So here's how you do this. We'll grab the highlighter. Give me two numbers I can multiply by that will give me 12. But when I add or subtract those two numbers, it gives me positive 7. Well, I know that 4 times 3 is 12. And I know that positive 4 and positive 3, when I combine them together, is 7. So I found my two numbers that I'm missing here, positive 3 and positive 4. And it doesn't matter which number you put first. You want to put 4 first, you want to put 3 first. But let's say you forget how to do this, and you forget how to factor. You can actually take the answer, here's our answer that we have, and we're going to work backwards. We're going to do a multi-distribution. So I'm going to start with this term here. We'll put a 1 in front of that, and let's distribute that guy. Let's do 1 times 1 is 1, and then b times b is b squared. Okay, let's distribute one more time. 1 times 4 is positive 4, but you have to include the letter b. There's our first distribution. Now let's distribute one more time the positive 3. And remember, when you're distributing, we're multiplying. So let's do this here. Positive 3 times 1 is positive 3, but you have to include the letter b. And then positive 3 times positive 4 is positive 12. And then if you look in the middle, we can combine like terms. Positive 4b plus 3b is going to give me positive 7b. Bring down what you have left, positive 12. And then we can drop the 1 there in front of b squared. And if you look what I have circled down here in green, you will notice that it's the answer that we started with. So let's try another one here. Let's look at let's jump down to question 4. So our goal is to get it to look like this. Since we have a 1 in front of the t squared, we're just going to go t and t. And now you have to do your products and sums. So give me two numbers I can multiply by that will give me negative 35, but when I either add or subtract them, it gives me negative 2. Well, I know that, let's change color here, negative 7 times positive 5 is negative 35. Notice that works. But let's combine them here. What is negative 7, and since the 5 is positive, plus 5? Well, that gives me negative 2. And notice that that matches the middle term. So guess what? We're good to go, or the middle coefficient. So we found our two numbers, negative 7 and positive 5. And again, you could check this using STO, right? I could store a random number in the TI-84 or 83 calculator, type in the problem, hit enter, type in your binomials you have down here, and hit enter. You should get a match. Or let's do a multi-distribution and check our answers. So if I were taking a test and I had multiple choice, I could use the strategy here I'm about to show you if I forget how to pull the two numbers out using the products and sums. So here we go. 1 times 1, we're going to multiply this guy first. So 1 times 1 is 1. T times t, t squared. But you have to distribute one more time. 1 times 5 is positive 5. Don't forget the letter t. All right, one more time here. Now we have negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. Don't forget about the letter t. Negative 7 times positive 5 is negative 35. If you look in the middle, we can combine like terms right here. So what is positive 5 minus 7? That would give me negative 2. Don't forget about the letter t. And bring down what you have left. I will drop the 1 because it's not necessary. And if you look at what we have boxed, it matches to what we have up here in our answer. So we are 100% correct. This is our factored form.